The Department of Justice declares war on free speech by directing an FBI investigation against parents and even arresting them for exercising their First Amendment rights, and also trying to impose propaganda in the public school system. Hello, my name is Evan Heath, and welcome to the Exposing Truth channel. Right now we are streaming on YouTube and Facebook, so please leave a like and share this. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can join us in the fight for truth. Alrighty, so this broadcast right now is going to be a little bit shorter because we were planning on having some guests come here tonight and just answer some questions and stuff, but they were not able to be here tonight just due to some technical difficulties. So this broadcast is going to be a little bit shorter. We're not going to be able to do the full 30-minute segment, but what we're talking about tonight is very, very important. And really, what we're talking about tonight's really never happened before in American history, where the FBI is actually investigating into school board meetings and involving themselves and parents. So just about a week or two ago, there was a report that went out that the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, called on the FBI to, and I quote, use its authority against parents who threaten or use violence against the public school officials in a Monday memorandum. Garland also said there has been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence against school administrators, board members, teachers, and staff. He also said he is directing the FBI to work with each U.S. attorney and leaders, and I quote, in each federal judicial district to discuss a strategy to address the threats within 30 days of his statement. The Department of Justice memorandum did not specify what it considered as a crime. Now, Garland's statement just followed a letter from the National School Board Association, or the NSBA, that asked the federal government to get involved in the immediate threat of violence from parents faced by American public schools and its education officials. The NSBA said the incidents could be the equivalent to a form of domestic terrorism and hate crimes. Now, I just want to stop right there. Those of you that are watching on many of our platforms, YouTube and Facebook, right now, and then later on, right after the broadcast, we're going to be on a number of other platforms as well. What I want our listeners and our viewers to realize is that this has never happened in entire American history, where the Department of Justice has told the FBI to interfere in public school meetings. Now, right now, I want to show you a video of Senator Hawley interviewing a representative from the Department of Justice just last week.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Monaco, I want to come back to this extraordinary letter and memorandum that the Attorney General of the United States issued yesterday. Practically every day brings new reports about this administration weaponizing the federal bureaucracy to go after political opponents. Frankly, I don't think we've ever seen anything like it in American history. I mean, for those of us who missed the McCarthy era, I guess this president is intent on bringing it to us, but with new force and new power and new urgency, unlike anything we've ever seen. Are you aware of any time in American history when an Attorney General has directed the FBI to begin to intervene in school board meetings? Local school board meetings?
I'm not aware, and I'm not aware that is not going on. Let me be very,
Really,
very
this
clear.
isn't about local school board meetings? That's not the subject of the memorandum? I thought that was in the memorandum.
The memorandum is quite clear. It's one page, and it asks the U.S. Attorney community and the FBI special agents in charge to convene state and local law enforcement partners to ensure that there's an open line of communication to address threats, to address violence, and that's the appropriate role of the Department of Justice to make sure that we are addressing criminal conduct and violence.
At local school board meetings, let me just ask you this. Is parents waiting sometimes for hours to speak at a local school board meeting to express concerns about critical race theory or the masking of their students, particularly young children? Is that, in and of itself, is that harassment and intimidation? Is waiting to express one's view at a school board meeting harassment and intimidation?
As the Attorney General's memorandum made quite clear, spirited debate is welcome, is a hallmark of this country. It's something we all should engage in.
No, I don't think so, Ms. Monaco. With all due respect, it didn't make it quite clear. It doesn't define those terms, nor does it define harassment or intimidation. It talks about violence. I think we can agree that violence shouldn't be condoned or looked aside from in any way, swept under the rug at all. But harassment and intimidation, what did those terms mean in the context of a local school board meeting? I mean, this seems to, in the First Amendment context, we talk about the chill to speech. If this isn't a deliberate attempt to chill parents from showing up at school board meetings for their elected school boards, I don't know what is. I mean, I'm not aware of anything like this in American history. We're talking about the FBI. You're using the FBI to intervene in school board meetings.
Now, this just happened right after in Loudoun County, Virginia, where 2 parents were arrested in June for trespassing while protesting CRT, or critical race theory, and a transgender policy at the school district because they refused to leave the rowdy meeting that was declared an unlawful assembly. So just like Mr. Senator Hawley just said, really, we have never seen this in entire American history where the FBI is getting involved in school board meetings, and parents have the absolute right to protest what they believe is right for their children and what they think should be taught to their children. And this really just shows you the danger that we have, that really parents don't have any say in the public school system, at least in most public school systems, and it has been completely government run, and that it has gotten to this point. And I wouldn't even really call it public school system. I would call it a government school system that this has become. And this completely, again, just like I said earlier, it completely goes against the First Amendment. The First Amendment clearly states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So what I want to tell our viewers watching right now, so if Congress, which is allowed to pass laws, that's their job, that's their authority that they have, if Congress under the binds of the Constitution, if Congress is not even allowed to interfere with freedom of speech in school board meetings, then clearly the Department of Justice and clearly the FBI does not have the constitutional authority to interfere in school board meetings either. And what I believe is parents have the right not only to know what is happening and what is being taught, but they should be allowed to have a say for the protection of their child. And may I say just a few things. A few decades ago, if you would hear this on the news, what is happening right now in the federal government, what is happening right now in the public school system, what is being taught to our children, and what is being taught to our students about critical race theory, and not only an anti-American theology, but an anti-God ideology. It is absolutely outrageous. We have never seen this in the world, in American history. And if you would just 20, 30 years ago, if you would hear what is happening right now on the news, people would be outraged and people would be furious. But no, the mainstream media is completely ignoring this. At least most of the mainstream media is completely ignoring this. And this is very, very dangerous. And I think this is a very, very important topic that we must need to discuss. So like I said earlier, we were going to have a guest come on and explain a little bit more into this, just how this is completely wrong right now, what is being taught to our students in the public school system, and not only how the FBI is interfering in school board meetings and how it completely is against the First Amendment in the United States Constitution. And again, I just can't believe what is happening to our nation. And this, I believe, will lead to the destruction of the greatest nation on earth, what is happening right now. And right now we are experiencing a battle in our culture today, not a battle between weapons, not a battle with artillery fire, but a battle between truth, a battle between right and wrong. And right now that is happening in our school systems, right now that is happening in Congress, right now that is happening in our courts, and even in our hometowns. And it is completely dividing America, and I believe one day it will completely destroy America. And so I keep saying this over and over. Again, we're going to have to wrap it up. This is going to be a lot longer. We were going to have a full 30-minute broadcast, but we weren't able to get some of our guests on the broadcast today. But I keep re-emphasizing this. What is going to change America is not the government. The government's going to keep making this worse. The government's going to keep dividing America. But what's going to change America is if Americans in America will turn back to those fundamental values that has made America great, the fundamental values that America was founded on, that I believe is really slipping away. And really what's happening to America is we're forgetting those truths. We're forgetting those values. And this anti-American, this anti-God, and this anti-moral and anti-American ideology that is coming to our schools, that is being taught to the young people in America, is completely destroying America and completely destroying the way of life. So in Second Chronicles 7:14 it says, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land." And those that are watching this broadcast right now, I believe that is what is going to save America. I believe, I have faith in America. I believe America is not ready to fall yet. And I believe that if we are willing to accept and go back to the morals and fundamental ideologies and truths that we are forgetting as a nation and that we are completely rejecting as a nation, I believe that God can still save our land. So again, if you're new to this channel, this was going to be a full 30-minute broadcast, but we just weren't able to do that. So next week we'll be on air again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. But if you are new to this channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, please make sure to like, because right now we are in a battle for truth. Not only a battle for truth, but a battle for the faith right now. So if you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and also share this with your friends, share this with your family, and just get involved. I believe again, God still has a plan for this nation. God's not done with this nation yet. And if Americans will get back to those fundamental values and truths that we hold so dear as a nation, that we used to hold on so dear as a nation, I believe God can still save America. So please make sure, again, just hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.